Somebody talked the other time, say, you look for address. You can't ask Yoruba person. I don't ask one Yoruba man for address before that. The man take my eye, see Pepe. As I say, Ababa, the man 44, I didn't meet the street. 44, I didn't meet the street. Listen. Thank you! What? So for 44, I didn't meet the street. They say, no, sir. Oh, more. Oh, boy, you want knowledgeable. So I enter motor as I drive the good. Man say, reverse, come back, reach there. I said, Papa, I said, thank God I'm not lost again. Yes, sir. He said, as you enter the car, you wanted to drive. Only my smallest son, he too just came. And I asked him, he said, he did not know.
Well, Alibaba for you, and I'm sure you enjoyed that as well. Now we move to Nollywood as we beam the spotlight on filmmaker Malcom Benson. Enjoy.
Malcom Benson is a British certified UK-based Nigerian filmmaker. As an independent producer, Benson fashioned his first two productions after the storytelling styles of Nollywood.
Just jump on him. Yeah? You jump on him. You may jump and then push him down.
Filmmakers are not necessarily money makers. They do the film for the love of the act. So there is no anticipation that in your first film, second, third, that you're going to make that money. But you need to be engaging with your own. There's no point being an underdog in the mainstream. And when you have the opportunity of being one of the leaders in the Nollywood, and there's no time to start than now. So it's all about coming into Nollywood with the brand and helping to develop that brand. And we know within few years it would be very established, and of course it has to be the right time.
The CPS opposes the bail application made on behalf of Mr. John Ortega.
Mr. Ortega will be pleading not guilty.
Mr. Ortega, could you stand up?
His third production, Ortega and His Enemies, targets followers of Nigerian films.
I don't need any explanation. I don't need any explanation. I need my money ASAP.
It's John. He's at it again.
Really?
Ortega and His Enemies was basically a diaspora film. It's a film that is established to capture the international market with the home in mind, Nigeria to be precise, and other African countries. That's why we chose to have our Nollywood actors, Rita Nzelu and Uche Odoputa, to be casted in the film.
That's just preposterous. You really are wasting my time. Look, I just need this cancelled now. Oh God, come on, not again! It's a joke, man! I'm towing my motor, that's my problem. Listen.
So Ortega and His Enemies is all about justice, the good way and the bad way. There is something we call self-help. When the system is not assisting the individuals, the actor, John Ortega, decides to take the law into his own hands. He has his own reasons, but the message is, no matter how angry you are with the system, don't take the law into your own hands.
The movie features Nollywood's Rita Nzelu and Uche Odoputa. This, he hopes, will bring in more local attention ahead of its inevitable return to Nigeria.
Basically, Ortega himself, John Darrow Las Cuevas, who played John Ortega in the film, has worked in the same production as Morgan Freeman. So he's quite aware of big, massive Hollywood productions. Then compare it with where you're working with the likes of Rita Nzelu and Uche Odoputa. Even though they've not done Nollywood, Hollywood-style production, they were quite able to pick up the mechanics of how the production was being run, and you couldn't see them and say, oh, these are African film actors. They just gelled in. They know what they need to do the call sheets, they understand, they come in at the same time everyone else comes in, and everybody just work like a family, you know. So there wasn't much of significant difference when we were casting both sectors. Yeah.
Ortega. Ortega.
Alright, whatever. What sort of a name is that anyway?
With limited resources at his disposal, Benson took upon himself many tasks to help reduce production cost.
When it comes to doing multitasking, because you know, I'm an African person, even though I lived most of my life in the UK, we know how to cut corners and at the same time not compromise the production. So in effect, when I was directing the film, I noticed that some of the production weren't as streamlined as it should be. So I had to wear that cap as well. So I have a co-producer on set, but I was able to kind of organize my own schedules the way I want it to be, because I wouldn't want to sort of waste time. Time is money. Any production, you know, mess could cost you loads of pounds. So yes, it was challenging. When it comes to the acting side, I have a legal background. So instead of getting an actor and training the actor on the magistrate style of doing the role, I just jumped in and said, okay, let me just do that part. Just like I saw in Django, where Quentin Tarantino had to do a role, but just a mini role, and then off. So I said, yes, let me put myself in there and do it. Besides, I have a number of fans who were quite happy to jump on the bandwagon just seeing my face on the poster, knowing that was part of the film. Yes.
Benson is excited about releasing Ortega and his enemies to Nigerian cinemas. However, how Nigerians respond to it